Hey, this is Jason with Zero to Programmer. So, I just recorded this video, and just out of habit from, as you see, I've been practicing, I put the file down as .html, and if you wanted to kind of look at what a HTML file would look like later on, maybe this is it. Yep. There you go. Now, I'm sure this is somewhat encrypted and all that stuff. It's probably not even made to be a HTML file, so don't too much worry how it looks. It'll, in an actual HTML file, it'll probably look a lot different. But I just wanted to show you that. It's kind of funny. So I'm actually going to delete that so I don't get that confused with anything. But we are going to redo this video real quick. So, HTML, and we're going to remove all this. And, okay, so the first thing I want to go over is, I didn't go over this last time, is you should put this in, as you saw in the last video, it's not required for the document to work, but put in .type space HTML as a tag, and you see the exclamation mark at the front of it. I've researched, and it says that you should do that, and what I found is that there is a lot of shortcuts in some of this code, but it's better to actually spell everything out properly and do it as it's supposed to be done, because later on down the road, or if something weird happens, your code may not work because of those shortcuts. It may get updated or something and not read right. So it's better if you spell out everything. That way, if something happens, at least it's a little safer than breaking your code. And so another thing is that, and I didn't know this until I started researching a little bit more, is that when you're putting your tags, with this being the exception, I believe this one is supposed to be capitalized, but any of your other ones should be lowercase, and it's okay for HTML, just a regular HTML, and even HTML5, but there are some occasions like XTML that it's actually required to have lowercase tags. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just start up a basic HTML file. So HTML open, space down, and close HTML. I want to go back up here and do a head. Inside the head is where we're going to put our title. Now, I think I told you this in the last video, so you can actually put your title inside the head tag, and that's called an embedded tag, and so it still works. You can't do it with everything, but some things you can do that with, and title is one of those. If you put it inside the head, it will still work. And I'm sure there's some other kind of way that it reads too. When I do more research on that, I'll let you know about that. But as of right now, we're just going to put the title tag inside the head, and we're going to put title test, just to be able to make sure it's working right. And we'll close title test. And then after that, we will open up the body, which is what we're all here for, right? Yeah. And we'll close the body. Alright, so this is a basic overview of the body and what goes inside of it. The first thing we're going to start off with is the header tag, not the head tag, but the header tag. And what this is, there's a header 1 and all the way to header 6. And what that is, it's kind of like, it starts off as like a bold, large lettering for like the name of your page, not your title of your page that goes at the top and part of your, it's not part of your project, but it's what people read as your title when they open up your, say this is a website, they open up your website. That's what they consider your title. So we're going to start with a H1 tag, and we're going to test that with a H1 test. And then, now I'm putting H1 test. You can put whatever you want to. It's just easier for you to see what's actually popping up and what's doing. And then we're going to make sure to close all these. And then we're going to go all the way through until H6. So this is going to be H2 test. Close H2. H3. Noticed when I'm just typing regular text, I don't take as long. I do take a lot more time when I'm doing these tags and stuff, just to make sure that I'm putting these things in right as of right now, because I haven't been doing too much of this lately. Like I don't know that much about it, so I'm still learning. So I want to make sure that everything I put in is correct, at least, so I can notice when I need to fix it. That way, I'm not like scrambling around trying to figure out what's wrong with the code. I can kind of help myself. I take a little bit more time. Now I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to have some huge mistake that I forgot to do. I'm hoping not. 6. And I actually tested this in the video that did not show up. When you try anything past H6, it shows up as your paragraph, which we'll go over next. So let's go ahead and just save that. And I'll actually go ahead and just show you what I meant by that. H7. And so when you actually save this and try it, I may not have. Oh no, we'll try it. Make sure this is. So, yeah, H1, as you see, is larger. Then it gets smaller, smaller, and smaller until it hits 7, and it's not bold anymore, and it's just kind of plain. And what that is, it just turned it into a paragraph text. So, like I said, this could be the title of your page. This could be like the subtitle, and then this could be your name or your company's name or whatever. And it could keep going up until 6. And at that point, I'm sure there's more ways to edit it anyways, but at that point it's kind of small anyway. So, all right, let's close this out and go back in here, and we're going to erase everything but the H1. Keep the H1 just for reference. And the next thing we're going to go over is the paragraph. Now, I'm just going to show you this. This is the paragraph tag. Oops. Paragraph tag. believe I read that you don't have to close this. You actually, I'll show you this here in just a second. You actually don't even need to put it in there, but like I said, it's better to put it in there just in case an update comes out and it just kind of messes with something. So so you can just put this is a second paragraph test, and you can just do that and it'll open up. And then also, if you're wondering how to do two different paragraphs, you can do it just like I did it right there. The paragraph with the tags, and then there's also a paragraph without the tags. But if you were just to put, so we'll actually have 3 paragraphs in this one, just for practice. You put another paragraph, and then this is third paragraph test, and then just make sure to close it. Like I said, it's not required most of the time, but you don't want your code to be messed up and just from being lazy, I guess. So we're going to try this now, and we should see 3 different paragraphs. Title test, H1, and this is the paragraph test. This is the second paragraph test, and this is the third paragraph test. Now, I believe something is going on here. I'll check my code and make sure. I might need to stretch it out a little more because I don't really got to enclose the let's try this. So it kind of looked like maybe it was coming up as a header. So let's see if it still does the same thing. I'm going to save first for it to take effect. Hit refresh, F5. Come on. Okay, so it didn't change. So let's just take out the header because you don't need a header. And let's see if it changes. Kind of troubleshooting here. You didn't notice. Troubleshooting early. Hopefully we can figure it out. That would be cool. I'll leave it in the video then. I do want to show you some mistakes, but I don't want the whole video to be a mistake. Okay, so there we go. So for some reason, and it might be, like I said, not having those tags in that paragraph might be messing with it. So let's try that. Let's remove this paragraph tag and add back our H1 test. And then close H1. Save. And refresh. There you go. So yeah, that's what happened. So there's a perfect example of why you should do everything as it should be done and try not to take shortcuts, because if you do, it might mess with your code. There you go. I can't believe that worked out that well. I did not plan that, by the way. So okay, so on to the next thing. Can't really go over these 3 right now. It would make the video way too long. But I'm just going to show you these tags, and we will go over some of these in the next few videos. So So I'm going to leave that there, and this this next tag is a link tag. So this is how you open a link, sort of. So that's why I'm not showing this right now, is because there's more to it than just that. And I'm going to have a whole video on links and a whole video on images, and we're just going to keep going with that because it's not that bad. I've already written the code before. It's not too bad, but it's enough to make the video pretty long. So this is a link tag, and then you would just close it just like you would do any other thing. And then this is an image tag, and like I said again, there's more to it than just that. So this is a image tag. We'll close that. And again, there's more to it than that. And actually, we're not. If I remember right, there's not actually a close on these. That's another reason I'm not going over, because I've done it, but there's I've only done it like a few times. So I just wanted to show you these. Oh, there's one more. Break line, and I have to do some more research on this one also. But it's kind of like, from what I understand right now, it's kind of like a tab. So you could basically, if you were in the middle of doing a text and you wanted to go to the next line, make it go to the next line, just like a tab would. That would do it. Now, I think so. Take that one with a grain of salt. But we've obviously tested the other ones; they work fine. So we're just going to remove those and test our code one more time, just to make sure nothing weird happened. Save and test it. There you go. Still works. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. Check me out on Facebook and on Twitter. Like I said, the next video is actually going to be inside the body on images. So we're going to go over the whole image thing. And we'll just keep breaking it down and keep going through the body until we finish the body. And then we'll go on to the next part, and by the end of this we'll be troubleshooting and figuring stuff out. It's going to be awesome. By the way, if you didn't notice, I have a mic now. I'm not one-handing a iPad and then trying to do all my other stuff with the other hand. It has been awesome. So I'm probably going to do another blog today. I'm not sure what it's going to be on, but expect the next video. Expect it Sunday, probably, more than likely Sunday, because tomorrow is, I'm going to try to put out a video of my weekly progress, and I hope to do that every week. So it's, we're going to show how from my first video to now, and see how much has changed and how it's gotten better, what I need to work on, and what I mean by that is I will try to examine it myself, but definitely if you see it and you have some comments on it, please put them in there. I can take it. And it's going to be kind of weekly. but I definitely want to within after 6 months go back and see the first video and then see how it's gone that far from then, and hopefully it's a drastic change. I believe it's going to, because it's already a week and I've gotten on a better schedule, and I obviously have gotten some things better with the videos. Hopefully you can tell from this one. And it's still going to keep getting better. I'm not saying that it's the best right now, but it's definitely going to keep on getting better, and more things are going to come to the channel. It's going to get awesome. And so, yeah, I got one more video today, but just wanted to kind of give y'all an overview of what my thoughts were and how everything's going. And I am going to call it right now because we're already at 21 minutes. I am running out of time. This is Jason with Zero to Programmer, and I will see you on the next video.